What's up everybody, this is Yair and today we are going to draw Goku Super Saiyan 3. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got an A4 size paper and a perfect square. Each side is 4 centimeters, but you can draw it in any size you want to. So first I'm gonna start by drawing the shape of his face. Then I'm gonna draw his big lump above the eye. I'm gonna add 3 lines to create the eye. Draw the iris and the pupil. And I'm gonna do exactly the same for the left side. Awesome, now I'm gonna draw his nose, and it kinda looks like 2 triangles attached to one another. You want to draw the mouth really close to the nose with a very tiny gap. And don't forget to add the famous cheek marks. I'm gonna do some adjustments. Okay, so now we can go on and draw the ears. If you want, you can use a roller to keep the right proportions, although it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Okay, so now I'm gonna indicate the sideburns and his hairline. I'm gonna draw his one spike from the front. And now we can draw his neck and his torso. So first I'll draw the massive neck, the neck muscles and the trachea. Now I'm gonna add his traps and basically draw a rough sketch of the shape of his torso. Also, now I'm gonna add his shoulder, the bicep and the tricep, and I'm gonna do the same for the right side. Now I'm gonna draw his massive chest and make sure that the line above will be curvy. Okay, and now I'm gonna refine his outfit by adding a lot of creases. Once we are done with that, we can draw his majestic hair. So first I'm gonna draw this guideline to help me keep the right proportions. And basically I'm gonna add all of the spikes. Okay, and it looks pretty good. So right now what I want to do is give it a more detailed look. So I'm gonna draw a lot of lines from side to side. You can do it randomly, just try to do it in the direction of the spike. Awesome, and we are pretty much done here. So what we're gonna do now is basically ink this entire drawing. If you don't have a black pen or markers, you can use color pencils. So I'm gonna start by using 0.2 for the body, and as you can tell, I'm gonna rotate the page so I can have my natural hand movement. For those who saw my previous tutorials, as I said before, you want to have a firm grip on the pen. I promise you that if you practice a lot, it will be a lot easier. Okay, so once we are done with that, I'm gonna use my famous charcoal eraser and basically get rid of all the lead. And the reason I use the charcoal eraser is because it doesn't erase much of the ink. Now for the stubborn areas, I'm gonna use the eraser stick. Okay, and once it's clean, we can use the Copic markers. If you don't have any Copic markers, you can just use regular markers or color pencils, as I mentioned before. The thing about Copic markers is they are alcohol-based markers, which means they can blend very well. So first I'm gonna start by coloring the shirt. I'm gonna use YR04. Then I'm gonna use a darker tone, YR16. I'm gonna blend it using YR04 again. And for the darkest color, I'm gonna use E08. Now I'm gonna blend it using the colorless blender. And I'll do the same process for the right side. Okay, so now I'm gonna use another tone, which will be YR07. It's slightly darker than YR16. And of course I'll blend it using YR04. Okay, so now I'm gonna color the shirt underneath. I'm gonna start with B95, then I'll move to B97. The brightest color will be B32. I'm gonna do some blending with B95 again, and now I'm gonna color the middle part. And for this one I want to rotate the page so I can have more comfort doing it. Pay attention that I added another color. It will be the darkest color, B39. Awesome, and I'll do the same for the right area. Okay, so now we can continue by coloring the skin. So for the skin I'm gonna use 3 different tones. I'll start with the brightest color, E00, and I'm gonna leave some blank spots because of the light. The second color will be YR61, and the darkest tone will be YR02. That's what gives us that detailed effect. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same for his left arm, and pay attention, it's gonna be darker because the light will come from the left side. Okay, once we are done with that, I've noticed that the shirt lacks a bit of color, so I'm gonna add another layer. I'll use B97. Okay, so now we can continue with the skin. So I'm gonna use E00, then I'm gonna use YR61 for the shadow areas, and the darkest color will be YR02. You all know what to do right now, that is blend in of course, and I'm gonna draw one more line here with YR02. Okay, and I'll use the same process for the left back. And we'll continue to color the traps and the neck muscles. Now I'm gonna use YR61 for the darker areas. And the darkest color again. Now I'm gonna blend it using the mid-tone, YR61. And E00 for the left side. Awesome, and now we can color the eyes. I'm gonna use BG49. And for the pupils, I'm gonna use BG09. Now I'm gonna take the colorless blender and basically brighten the left area. Awesome, and now we can color his face. So I'm gonna start with the brightest color, and I'm gonna leave some blank areas on the cheek, on the bump above the eye, and on the bottom lip. I'm gonna do some blending with a colorless blender, and then for the darker areas I'm gonna use YR61 again. And don't forget the darkest color, YR02. And blending it is. Awesome, and it looks really good. So now we can finally color the majestic hair. I'm gonna start with Y00. Then I'm gonna use Y15. And for the third color I'm gonna use two different tones. You can choose between Y38 and Y17. And the darkest color I'm gonna use will be YR23. Okay, so basically I'm gonna do the exact same process for the rest of the spikes. And keep in mind that the light will come from the left side. That means that the spikes on the left side will get a brighter look. Don't forget that in any time you can rotate the page so you can be at your best. Okay, and to finish up, I'm gonna do some blending. And we are done, everybody! This is how you draw Goku Super Saiyan 3. I hope you enjoy joining with me. You can tell me how you did down below in the comment section. Oh, and today is actually my birthday, so if you want to give me a nice present, you can just share this video with your friends. Honestly, that will make my day more than anything. So thanks for watching, keep being awesome, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace!